gosh, I'm back. I have to, like, you know, tonally, like, always look correct to get the YouTube.
Okay.
Let's do a little warning area because it's the final night of Coldplay tonight in Wembley, and you know they have the big bouncing balls that fly through the air. It's very dark when that happens, and obviously people are trying to hit the balls up in the air, and somebody accidentally slapped a ball on his head thinking it was a balloon.
Was it a balding man? Is that what you're saying?
A bald man, but it looked like
A balding man?
In the balding.
So you did that, she just did that?
Yeah, sorry, I missed that.
I just thought I'd go over it just...
So if you are going tonight, if you are bored, just beware.
Yeah.
Now, novel time, Claire Bowling. Let's talk about, that's not yours, that's the leader, of course, we'll get to that one in a minute. Let's talk about your book, tell me all about it.
Pastures View is called, and it's about a girl called Alex. She's just about to turn 40. She's living all over in London. She works for online boxing. Which basically isn't an online boxing. It should be. I was really pleased with that. And it's a bit like you, but she's not. Anyway, out of the blue, she gets a letter that she thinks is a scam, saying you've been left a farm in Monmouthshire. So it's about her life turning completely upside down, about this new world that she goes off to discover, where she doesn't know anyone. She certainly doesn't know anything about the farm. And it's a bit of a love letter to, I think, world friendships to the plants.
So the purpose of this video is to test the brand new DJI Osmo 360 camera with the DJI Mic 2. And then really it's to test studio software on the Mac Mini. See how I get on.
And Jiffy the Welsh Terrier is quite a character within it. So
She's got a tote bag.
But the animals in it are very strong, and the bizarre thing is,
Yes, I'm looking forward to this section. So I'm kind of breaking the journey up a little bit. So I've done M6 down to Penrith, and then I've done A66 across and taken the turn off for Reeth just before Barnard Castle. So I'm going to head down through Reeth, across the moors, then over Grinton Moor to Leyburn, and then from Leyburn I'm going to head down to Massam, and then I'm going to pick up the main road across to the A1, get back on it, and that's roughly the route that I did. In fact, it's the same route that I did on Wednesday when I came home, but I didn't record any of that. So I'm not sure whether the weather's going to be kind to me. The bits I'm interested in capturing, and I'll probably stop recording after Grinton, is this section heading into Reeth over the moors, especially the switchbacks just at the forest section, and then Grinton Moor itself. Now I'm not going to publish all of this, but I think what I will do is I might do certainly this little bit, because it's gorgeous. And a section of Grinton Moor. And I'll just do that as a standalone. A bit of commentary so I can see what the mics are like. See if it picks up any exhaust. So to give this trip a bit of context, I'm heading back from having a lovely couple of days with Mr. Bell up in Scotland, where we've done the lion's share of the Scottish Southwest 300. So across the country from Livingston down the A71 to Ayr, and then worked his way down to Stranraer, Port Patrick, and then ended up, I was doing so well then with names and I've forgotten where we were stopping. But we ended up stopping at Caravan, which is the Caravan of the Careys. So it's brilliant. It's a brilliant name, and it's got the name badge on the front of the Caravan, which makes it even better. So we're just heading down to the forest section now, which means I'll soon pick up those amazing switchbacks. I've forgotten how technically challenging this stretch is. Yeah, so we parted company at Dumfries. Keith went north, I went south, headed down A75 towards Carlisle. Certainly not a driving road, not when 7.5 tonne and above are restricted to 40 mile an hour. Yeah, you need to have a patient head. There's not that many opportunities to pass. Love that bit. Been in first gear there in hindsight. Just looking around, this is about as wild as it gets. And we're nearly back in Yorkshire. So County Durham, and now we're in the Yorkshire Dales. Hi Mum, I'm home. I honestly don't know what made me drive down here in Storm Babette. It's certainly entertaining. You need your wits about you. That's weird, I've got a 5G signal but no connection. So no phone signal, but I've got 5G. Loads of room there. I don't know how wide people think the cars are. People going about Ravensseat being one of the remotest farms. I think that's one of them. It's well out in the sticks. Now, if I'd got more time, I would have gone up to that old mine, but I haven't. God, this is steep. Particularly fast, but you've got to take it careful when you're on your own. I don't fancy being stranded in a ditch all the way up here. Only a few short miles away from Tan Hill. See my doggy soon. Very confused about why this is a 30. Understand why this is a 20. Look at that bridge. That's going to take some time. They've rebuilt the whole bridge. Tired now. Very nice of her. See if these are as nice. So this is just the road down into Reeth now. Then down to Grinton Moor. Take advantage of him stopping for the sheep. So I'm doing alright for time. I think it took me an hour to get to Massam on Wednesday. I'm back for 12. Yeah, whether you hit a sheep at 30 or hit a sheep at 60, it's still going to hurt. Subaru. Reeth. So now I'm in Reeth. I've just put in home as the destination and it has given me 11:59, and I would imagine that this is going to take me back the way I came. I want a Grinton Moor dry, but I'm not sure I'm going to get it. I do like Reeth. Christmas wreath, and that is a cockapoo, I think. About for you stupid SUV. This is much better than doing the A1, A66 and A1. It's a nice hybrid. So this is Grinton. How apt that there's a Volvo estate. Go. I thought I'd taken the wrong turn there for a moment. No, I didn't. The familiar sight of the youth hostel. So one of my longest saved videos on YouTube was published by the MX-5 Owners Club, and it was centred around a meet up on the grass at Reeth, and it showed them coming over here. Magical. Hello. Go on. Oh, look at the colours on that. We have been on some great roads over the last 2 days. What a way to end the mini holiday. Then finish with Grinton more. Doesn't matter that the sun's not shining. At least the rain's kept off. engine's had a good workout over the last couple of days. Come on! That was nice of them. Get out of my way. I've had quite a bit of that this trip, people realising that, in an open top sports car with a camera on, they probably want to get a wiggle on. Red flags are out. That's what my dad used to say, duck. Assume there's no traffic, get ready to brake. Oh, I've lost a minute, I need to catch a minute up. Speeds that we're expecting me to do over here, so I've lost a minute. It's alright when your sat nav's egging you on. That was fun. May well do this edit first, because it's nowhere near as intensive as the multicam footage is going to be to edit. That's weird. So the sat nav was bet this is going to add 20 minutes now if I'm going through Massam. That was probably taking me down Richmond. Oh, it's still alright. To Leyburn imminently. Leyburn, and then a very short trip down through Middleham to Massam, past Chevaux. Bridge at Middleham's always good to capture on 360. And obviously this is first time with a DJI, so we'll see what that looks like. If the DJI 360 ends up being the go-to, then I can let Keith have the X3, and then we've both got lenses without scratches, which should be good. Had my breakfast there. A lot of nervous waiting around there. I've gained a minute back since it's around 12 o'clock again. Yeah, we've spent many a happy day in Leyburn over the years. Get the turn because I know which way I'm going. I just let my sat nav guide me. There we go, Middleham and Ripon. That's not the one I wanted though, is it? Oh, it is. Yes, because I've come through town a different way. Right, how am I going to get my juice in here without spilling it everywhere? Has this not been opened? I don't think I'm not sure I've come across it this way. How weird is that? Yeah, because they usually come up this way and then back a different way. That's better. Right, should we have some music on? Oh, let's have radio to on.
The M27 westbound is partially blocked from junction 7.